Hey viewers and friends, Andrew back again and welcome to another video. DVD, Blu-ray and mask update time for you guys. Now just quick apologies for the lack of videos over the past week I guess. It's been extremely hot here in Australia. My movie room that I do all my filming in does get pretty hot, so I really haven't been in the mood to film anything. Plus the Australian Open is happening right now down in Melbourne. It has been for the past couple of weeks and I've been pretty occupied watching that. All the games are televised, well not all the games, but sort of the major games are televised pretty much all day every day. So that has been taken up most of my time. But the tennis ends this weekend. I'm really looking forward to the final, it should be awesome. So my videos will probably be back to a more regular basis as of next week. Definitely want to get stuck into my 80s review series. But yeah, just quick apologies for anyone that's been missing my content and uploads over the past week, but that is why. But with all that happening, it still hasn't stopped me from buying movies as per usual. So I do have another update for you guys. Now before I get into the movies, I'm wanting to show you guys quickly a couple of masks. They're homemade custom masks that I've made myself. Well, one is technically, the other one kind of half and half, but I'll get to that when I show it. So the first mask right here is a paper mache mask that I made up, and it's not accurate whatsoever, but it is my take on the Myers Escape mask from the Halloween remake. It's not 100% screen accurate, but I got it as close as I could for my first attempt. Now I haven't done paper mache since primary school, so it's been many years, and I did actually forget how time consuming it is, because you've got to do repeated layers and then you've got to let the layers dry. But it was a lot of fun. But as I said, you know, it's not 100% screen accurate, it's just simply my take on it. I will be displaying this on a mask stand at some point. I do have a plan to display this one a little bit better, get a wig for it, so it looks a little bit more like the character, I guess. So we'll be showing this a little bit more in depth in a future video when I get it properly set up. But I just wanted to show you guys quickly the mask anyway. So that is mask number one. Mask number two is a hell of a lot more accurate, and it is the young Michael Clown mask from the Halloween remake. I really love this mask. I think it's absolutely awesome. Now what I did was I just found a image online and just printed it out and cut it out and glued it onto some cardboard. So for that effort, I think it's turned out pretty good. Now you can actually buy plastic replica ones of these, but I've had a look online. They're not that common on a lot of major mask websites. I have come across a couple on eBay, but it's just too much for what the mask is when you incorporate buying the mask plus shipping. The shipping is almost the same price as the mask. It's kind of crazy, and I didn't really feel like paying that much, so this was certainly the better alternative for me, and it'll do for now. Like the other mask, I do plan to get a blonde wig and display this one properly on a mask stand, so I will be showing this one a little bit closer in a future video when I get it properly set up. But for now I just wanted to quickly show you guys, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results. I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, moving on to the movies. So I placed an order with Utopia, which is a store down in Sydney. They're a retail store, but they also operate a website, and they pretty much have the same stock as what they do in store online. So pretty awesome. They import a lot of horror movies for really good prices, and they offer free shipping for orders over $35. So definitely recommend checking them out if you live in Australia. I'll be leaving their website link in the description box. Anyway, I picked up 4 DVDs from them. The first one is a 4 movie pack actually from Scream Factory, and really happy to finally own this. I've been wanting it for a while. It's the 4 Horror Movie Marathon Volume 2 with The Dungeon Master, Cellar Dweller, Contamination 7 and Catacombs. I've never seen any of these movies before, but I'm especially keen to check out The Dungeon Master, which I think is going to be really cheesy and just a lot of fun. The other three movies all sound pretty good as well, so yeah, definitely happy to own this one in the collection, and I'm looking forward to checking out the movies as well. Next we have a Lucio Fulci movie, The House of Clocks. This sounds friggin' awesome. I haven't watched this one yet, haven't got around to it, but yeah, definitely was picking this one up as soon as I found out about it. I've been getting into Fulci a little bit lately, and I've been looking up his movies, and definitely was really interested in this one. So I was happy to find it on the Utopia site. And yeah, this is a home invasion style movie by the sounds of it. It sounds pretty interesting, and hopefully this has some awesome gore in it. But yeah, that's House of Clocks. Cannot wait to check this one out. Next we have Last Cannibal World. This is also known as Jungle Holocaust. This will be my first exposure to a cannibal movie. I really have no idea if these are my type of films, but I guess I'm about to find out. I've been kind of wanting to dabble into these sort of movies for a while now. This was really cheap, it sounded really good, and I've heard fairly good things about the movie, so looking forward to checking it out, and we'll see what I think of cannibal movies after this, I guess. So that's Last Cannibal World or Jungle Holocaust. And the last DVD from Utopia is Hell of the Living Dead. I did get around to watching this, and I really enjoyed it. It's nothing absolutely amazing, it's really cheesy, but it is a lot of fun, and if you are a fan of Italian zombie films, I do recommend it. It's pretty similar to most of the other ones. I'm sure if you guys know your zombie Italian movies, you will know what to expect from this film. But yeah, I was really impressed with the gore, some fantastic gore effects throughout, especially towards the end of the movie. But as I said, it was really cheesy, but I did have a lot of fun with it. And this is the Blue Underground DVD, and overall it was a pretty good release. So that is Hell of the Living Dead. Alright, moving on, I won Rossi Boy 19, or Ross's contest, and it worked out pretty well because we'd also arranged a trade, so we worked the trade in with the contest win, but I'll show you the prizes that I won first. So the first two items that I won were a little bit of merchandise from a slasher movie called Don't Go to the Reunion. Now, I have not seen that movie yet. I do believe it's a special order only through the website, so I'll really need to get on to ordering that. I'm pretty keen to check it out, but he sent me a poster for Don't Go to the Reunion. The poster looks awesome. I absolutely love the artwork. It's the same artwork as the DVD. I have framed it and it's hanging on my wall, so love the poster art for that. And he also sent me a t-shirt as well, which is really cool. So Ross, thank you so much for sending me the Don't Go to the Reunion merchandise. And it doesn't end there. Two more prizes came my way. Basically I was allowed to pick a couple of movies from Amazon, so I went ahead and ordered a couple of Arrow releases. And the first one I went ahead and chose was the Arrow DVD of Terror at the Opera. Been really getting into my Italian movies, especially Argento recently, and unfortunately I didn't really think too much of this movie. I thought it was weak compared to the other giallos of his that I have seen, and yeah, I didn't really enjoy this one too much. It wasn't absolutely terrible, but it was just okay to me. Now, I'm not a massive fan of opera at all, and yeah, that definitely did not help the situation, because this one centers around the opera, obviously. I don't know, I just really didn't get into the storyline. I didn't really care too much for the characters. I will say that I kind of wish they'd focused more on the sort of murder mystery giallo side to the film, other than the opera side. I felt that they focused too much on the opera stuff, and it kind of hampered down the giallo aspects of the movie, I felt. The kills were pretty good. There were some nice blood effects, and the kills were fairly brutal. I will say though, I was extremely impressed with the way this movie was shot. Great cinematography, fantastic camera techniques throughout, but unfortunately that was the only thing that really impressed me with this movie. So Terror at the Opera, didn't really enjoy it too much. But yeah, if you are a fan of this movie though, which I know quite a lot of you are, I do recommend the Arrow DVD. It's a really solid release. Alright, moving on to prize number 2, and that is another Dario Argento Giallo, and that is Cat O' Nine Tails. This was awesome. I absolutely loved this one, and yeah, absolutely brilliant. My only complaint was it was a little bit too long, and it did kind of drag a bit in parts, but other than that I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I was glued to the storyline and the characters from start to finish. Great characters throughout. I really enjoyed the reporter and the blind man. They were absolutely fantastic. They were pretty much the key characters throughout. There were some pretty interesting kills, some good variation. But yeah, this was just absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed the POV shots of the killer. I was not expecting the killer at all when the killer got revealed. I kind of had a few ideas who the killer might have been throughout the movie, but I was wrong. I was not expecting the killer to be who the killer was when it got revealed. I'm going to shut up now because I'm going to spoil it in a minute. But yeah, this is good. This was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed this one a lot. So that is the Cat O' Nine Tails, and I highly recommend this Arrow Blu-ray. The transfer looked excellent, and there looks to be some really nice special features on the disc as well. But yeah, awesome movie, loved it. And the last item that I received from Ross, this was part of the trade. He sent me a German Blu-ray of Maniac. This is the Maniac remake. You guys know how much I love this movie. I think it's absolutely fucking amazing, perfection in my opinion. And yeah, I wanted to add a few different additions to my collection. This is a really nice release, especially in terms of the cover art. This is probably my favourite cover to this movie out of all the releases that I've seen. I haven't checked out this particular Blu-ray yet, but I will do at some point. But yeah, another great addition to the collection. So Ross, thanks a lot for the German Blu-ray of Maniac. And if you guys are not subscribed to Ross, I will be leaving his channel link in the description box below, so please check him out. Alright, moving on to the final part of the update. Picked up some titles locally, and the first one is one that I've been wanting to check out for a while. I'm kind of surprised I left it this long to watch it, but finally watched and picked up Not Quite Hollywood. This is a fantastic documentary on Ozploitation movies, so stuff from the sort of 70s to 80s, and a lot of movies were covered in this documentary. I thought it was really well done. The documentary is sort of broken up into 3 segments. The first one is sort of sexploitation, I guess. The next one they sort of focus on sort of more horror themed films, and there's also an action segment as well. All were really well done, some really interesting interviews throughout, and there were a lot of movies that I never knew about that existed, that I'm definitely looking forward to checking out thanks to this documentary. I've actually ordered one already, and that is Fair Game, which looks absolutely awesome, and it was one of the movies that I never knew about until checking this documentary out. But yeah, highly recommend this one, especially if you are a fan of Ozploitation movies or 70s and 80s Australian movies. This is a fantastic documentary, well worth picking up. And this one was only about $10 at JB Hi-Fi, so really awesome price on that. But yeah, great documentary, Not Quite Hollywood. Next we have the Cinema Cult Blu-ray of The House by the Cemetery. This is an upgrade. I own the Arrow DVD, which I will still be keeping because that's a fantastic release. But I definitely wanted this movie on Blu-ray. I like the movie. I think it's a really good Italian horror film. Great atmosphere, really creepy, and this is the conclusion to the Gates of Hell trilogy. The only thing that I dislike about this movie, and pretty much everyone says it, is the fucking dubbing for that little kid. My god, is it annoying. Surely they could have picked a better voice out than that, but other than that, really enjoy the movie, and I definitely wanted to upgrade it to Blu-ray. From what I've heard, this is a direct port of the Arrow Blu-ray release in terms of transfer and special features, so yeah, House by the Cemetery. And the last DVD for the update is another documentary, and that is Video Nasties: The Definitive Guide. This one recently had an Australian release a couple of months ago, which I was kind of surprised about. I know this one has had a UK release, but I'm pretty sure it's been out of print for a while, and it was another title I got slack on and never got around to picking up. I don't really know too much about the Video Nasties, to be honest, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in checking out, so I went ahead and picked this release up. I haven't watched this yet, I just really haven't had the time to sit down and give it a good watch, but overall I'm pretty impressed with it in terms of packaging. The cover art looks absolutely fantastic. There's some nice inside artwork as well, and it also comes with a poster. So in terms of content, I do recommend the release. It's a 3-disc set, and it looks to have a lot of stuff on the discs. So cannot wait to check this out. I've been wanting it for a while and glad to finally own it. So that's Video Nasties: The Definitive Guide. Alright guys, so that does it for yet another update. If you've seen any of these movies, especially the ones that I haven't seen yet, please let me know what you think of them. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thanks a lot for watching.